Hi everybody, thanks for joining me and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. Now, the cards that are popping out and that I have been drawn to are for the reading for Capricorn for the 4th of February 2019. And this is my interpretation of the relationship and energies between these cards. And it's for a general reading, so it may not reflect everything that's going on in your personal life at the moment. But even if there's just one or two cards that do manage to, offer you a message or offer advice, then that's what this is about. So enjoy. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have here. Now, we've got the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Cups in reverse. Just put that over at the side a little bit more. Okay. Now, are you wanting things to run smoothly? And you've got all of these different things round about you and, a wonderful life going on. But is that maybe not everything that's happening for you? Because all of these materialistic things are wonderful and they help your life out in a practical way, and they give you a little bit of quality through your life and abundance in, wealth and materialistic items. But with the next card, the King of Cups in reverse, is that maybe all well and good, but are you maybe not enjoying them? Because it looks as though you've maybe shut yourself down a little bit. Are you maybe disappointed the way things have worked out? Or disappointed in things that you have said or have done? And it could be that, this is something to do with your heart. So have you maybe been over emotional about something that has caused you to cut yourself off a little bit, and be a little bit more in the business mode when dealing with emotions? So it could be that, you give the impression of being robotic or a little bit heartless. But could it be that you're just trying to keep yourself on an even keel because you don't want to lose control of your emotions? And it could also be that, you just don't want to have any heartfelt connection. Because are you maybe still going over and over things that have happened with a love? Because the next card that we've got is the Two of Cups in reverse. So if there has been a recent love that, has parted from you, and this experience, this connection has ended, and that could be why you're closed off a little bit, and you're worried about losing control of your emotions, and why you're not enjoying all of the things that are round about you as much as you should. Because, has your heartfelt connection, has your love, erupted into an enormous amount of arguments. And it could be that you just can't be around each other without that happening. Let's move these cards over to the side and see what the larger reading has to say. Okay. All right. Let's fix them a little bit. Okay. Now we have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Lover's card, and the Magician in reverse. Now, are you feeling a little bit empty emotionally? A little bit low? And because of that, are you maybe drowning your sorrows or doing similar things to make you feel a little bit better? Because you've been through a difficult emotional time and, you're still going through the experiences of a low point. So you're still, at the bottom of, this ravine, for a better word. And, it's definitely about a love connection. Possibly about the communication and the harmony between you and the trust. So has maybe some choices been taken by this person that, you had affection for, that has maybe broken that harmony and trust? Because the next card is the Magician in reverse. So do you maybe feel that this person has gone out of their way to manipulate you or deceive you? Or it could even be that, there's too many lies going on between you. So it's a difficult situation when, there is someone there that you have a connection with, but, they're constantly lying to you, or they're manipulating you into a sexual partnership, but there isn't really the love that's behind it. So, there could be two different ways of looking at this. Is that, possibly you are looking for a deeper connection than, the other person. But because the other person's aware that, you would put the brakes on possibly, are they maybe, being a bit sparse with the truth in order to have this physical connection? Now, let's move on to the next set of cards, and we have the Strength card in reverse, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Now, do you maybe feel that this person is just totally out of control, that they just don't seem to care for anyone but themselves, and any actions that they do are okay with them? And you just feel that possibly, this person is a little bit of a coward, a little bit weak in their personality, because, they're not being truthful. They don't have the moralistic instinct to be genuine. and, you know, be truthful about exactly what it is that you want and not try to pull the wool over your eyes in order to have an intimate relationship because you want different things. And moving on to the Page of Cups, could it be that even despite the lies and the manipulation, have you maybe got quite strong feelings for this person now? The intimacy that you've both shared has made you feel a little bit vulnerable. That there could be a real danger of heartbreak here because you have expected a relationship from this. And possibly, you thought that this was something that was, a real attraction. Whereas from the other person's side of you, it's just really a physical attraction and nothing more. So there's been a difficulty there because you've both coming at this connection from very different points of view. But in realizing that, and finding out exactly where both of you stand, this clarity, this information that has just opened up, the possibilities of what's available. It's time then to decide what it is that you want to do. Use your logic and your reason. Would you be able to cope with having just a physical relationship instead of an emotional one? Or would this send you over the edge into, a very low mood? So, with the clarity that you now have, it's time to maybe decide what your next steps are going to be and what is necessary for you. Now, let's move down to the next set of cards. And we have the Fool card, we have the Temperance card in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, do you decide that you don't want to be unhappy anymore? That you don't want to feel hurt and alone? That you want to give this opportunity a chance? And that it's maybe not the best of beginnings for you. But are you maybe wanting to take a leap of faith on this person? And look towards the future with idealistic eyes and just see, okay, this is where we are just now. This is just a purely physical relationship and it's not giving me the emotional connection that I really want. But who's to say what's going to happen in the future? Are you maybe looking at this idealistic goal and trying to move towards that? And see this as an adventure. And with this clarity of what's going on, are you willing to take this risk? even though, and moving on to the Temperance card in reverse, that it may be more a one-sided relationship, that you obviously have greater feelings. And even with this imbalance here, you're willing to give it a try. And with this decision, do you maybe feel empowered that you're taking control of your life? That you're aware that this is viewed by the other person as just purely physical. So, the control and the information and the clarity is in your court. You can decide where you want to go from now. And it does give you back a little bit empowerment. That you're in control of what you're doing. And you feel positive that, you have the confidence to deal with whatever, lie or untruth that comes your way. Now, and moving on to the next set of cards, let's move that over there for just now. Okay. Hopefully you can see it all. Now, we have the Empress in reverse. We have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Seven of Cups, and the Hierophant. Now, even though you're walking into this partnership, this relationship, this connection with open eyes, and you're feeling confident that you'll be able to, manage whatever comes your way, and that you'll be able to control, your emotions and your balance within yourself. But, has it become a little bit difficult? Because is the attraction to this person a little bit more than you thought it was going to be? Do you maybe feel that, you would struggle to go through the day or the week without having contact with this person? And it could be that it's even a step further than that, and that the other person feels that the contact is so great that they feel a little bit smothered or pressured to be in a relationship with you. And, this could provoke a very dramatic, emotional fight. And the reality of the situation will come back out again. And, it could possibly be that it's exactly the same, but only now you have become a little bit more dependent and reliant on this person being in your life. And even though this person is still maintaining that they don't want the same thing as you, are you maybe feeling that that's not true? That you don't want to let this person go? And it could be there's so many arguments, possibly public, that just draw attention to the whole situation. But, this again just brings out the vulnerability within you. And yet again, you're in the circle of trying to figure things out, trying to get to the bottom of what the truth is. Now, with everything that's going on, do you maybe feel that you've maybe lied to yourself a little bit? Do you maybe feel that you put so much credence in your dreams and the wishful thinking of this physical relationship turning into a realistic one, that has it maybe went into the realms of fantasy, and you feel that there's something there, and you're digging your heels in about it. You're refusing to let that idea go. But could it be that it's just an illusion? You're seeing all these possibilities about this relationship, but it could be that it's one-sided. And we did have the Temperance card earlier on, which suggested a one-sided relationship, and that your different views, would make the partnership difficult to maintain, because if you both want different things, it's very difficult not to get hurt. Now, the remaining card that we have here that was a little bit extra was the Hierophant. Now, in learning this new information, in learning that, even though you've went into this knowing that, there's a possibility that you may not get what you want, but you had this dream of this ideal relationship developing. But now you're possibly learning that that's really not going to happen, that it was a fantasy. Yeah, and you really want this person to just get with the program, to conform to, what people traditionally view as a relationship moving forward. And it's a physical relationship, an emotional relationship, a partnership that lasts the length of time, and possibly moving onwards and upwards, and this is what you want. You don't want the dream. You don't want the wishful thinking. You want the reality. And that's the difficulty. That's what the imbalance is. And that's what's going to get you hurt. Let's move these cards back over and see what they're saying again. Now, you have a lot of positive things going on. You have, the abundance of your surroundings. You have the resources available to you. You're in control of your life materialistically. But your emotions are not doing so grand. Because you're finding that your emotional control is being greatly challenged because you're so disappointed in what's going on in your love life and in your relationships that you're beginning to close down. And the decisions that you're making are actually possibly making you disappointed in yourself. And you're just putting yourself under the microscope, and you're going over everything, and it's just making you feel worse. And it's making you shut down, and it's making you, emotionless. And it could be that it's because the loving relationship that you wanted just was a figment of your imagination. It was something that you viewed through rose coloured glasses, that, you were so enamoured by this person that you just thought it was going to happen, but it was one way. And that can be very hurtful and, overwhelming for you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. And, please take care of yourself with whatever it is that you're doing, and think carefully about your next steps, and take care of yourself. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Bye for now, Capricorn. See you next week.